I'm Katherine Pill, Curator of Contemporary Art at the Museum of Fine Arts, and I'm so happy to be here as part of the Wild Creations workshops, so thank you for joining. I'm going to talk a bit about how the Guerrilla Girls came into our collection. It really started in 2015 with the exhibition Marks Made, Prints by American Women Artists, 1960s to the Present. So luckily for us, this was an exhibition that we drew almost entirely, with the exception of some really beautiful loans, almost entirely from our collection. We have a pretty staggering collection of prints by American women artists, and that was initiated by our former chief curator, Dr. Jennifer Harden, and it's really been aided by Martha and Jim Sweeney, collectors and dear friends and donors to the museum. They really helped us with the catalog as well, and as I'll get to, helped us bring in one of the founding members of the Guerrilla Girls. So Marks Made was an exhibition that allowed us to look at some of the innovative ways women had contributed to developing the print medium. We were able to sort of focus on the fact that women founded some of the most pioneering print workshops in the United States, like Tamarind Lithography by June Wayne, ULAE by Tatiana Grossman, Crown Point Press by Kathleen Brown. We were able to look at sort of the inherently collaborative aspects of printmaking, and we looked at artists who grew out of abstract expressionism right up to artists practicing in the present. So it was important to us to really engage with the feminist themes of the exhibition, because that's inevitable when you're doing a gender-specific show like that. And so we certainly didn't want to suggest that there was anything inherently the same about these women artists, but we did want to show that there are gender inequalities within the art world and beyond, and we did want to address them. And one way to do that is through statistics. These numbers are facts, and that's something that the Guerrilla Girls have long known, and they really have used statistics, numbers, as well as humor to really try to make change. So as we were thinking about ways to really engage with the feminist themes of the show, it just seemed that, of course, we had to have some Guerrilla Girls, but the show was really comprised of fine art prints, limited editions, of course, monotypes. But the Guerrilla Girls really, they make posters. They make work for the masses. The point is to get their message across to as many people as possible. But they have created something called the Portfolio Complete, which is limited edition. It's 91 prints, each signed by founding members of the Guerrilla Girls. And so with the help of Jim and Martha, we were able to purchase that portfolio. We selected some of the prints for the exhibition Marks Made, and since then we've been rotating out those prints in the Atchison Gallery. We painted one wall sort of banana yellow to really embrace the fact that we wanted to show them as much as possible. So we were, I should mention also that we purchased another feminist-based portfolio called Femfolio. This was done by the Brodsky Center for Innovative Editions at Rutgers University, and Judith Brodsky actually wrote the foreword to our Marks Made catalog. This is a portfolio that featured women artists who were associated with the feminist art movement of the 1970s, like Faith Reingold, Carolee Schneemann, Nancy Spiro. So that's just another purchase that we made that really we felt was important in terms of the exhibition's themes. Now, Jim and Martha also allowed us to bring Kata Kolwitz, one of the founding members of the Guerrilla Girls, to the Museum of Fine Arts. So she came in masked, of course, throwing bananas to the audience as she entered. And even though she was wearing a mask, I mean, you could just, she spoke so clearly, so confidently, and passionately about the gender and racial inequalities that we are facing, not just in the art world, but beyond. So the Guerrilla Girls have become, we're very proud as an institution to own this portfolio and to exhibit it. And the Guerrilla Girls keep institutions on their toes. They're known as the conscience of the art world. I just want to end with sort of reciting my favorite Guerrilla Girls poster called Dearest Art Collector. We featured this print on the back of the Marks Made catalog. It's pink, and the text is in sort of cursive handwriting, a little different from their typical, more graphic aesthetic. And it states, "Dearest Art Collector, it has come to our attention that your collection, like most, does not feature enough art by women. We know you feel terrible about this and will rectify the situation immediately. All our love, the Guerrilla Girls." And so on that sarcastic yet poignant note, I thank you again for joining us.